Hi, my name's Pete Marksteiner. I'm coming to you from about 20 minutes west of East Carolina University, up in the northeast corner of North Carolina. We're about 5 miles away from a beautiful little town called Farmville, which, yes, is absolutely as idyllic as the name would imply. My wife and I came down here about 2.5 years ago to retire. Basically, we were looking to get away from the big crowds and the traffic of the city. The place we came from is only about 4.5 hours from here, but now being here and all this, it seems like a completely other world. To say that we are happy beyond words would be the understatement of the century. We're both really hoping we have an opportunity to meet Scotty McCrary on the boat. One of his songs talks all about North Carolina. That is kind of our new family anthem, because this is what we have our evening cocktail looking over every night. I'm the youngest of 5 boys in our family who, like our dad, all spent our adult lives in service to the nation in America's armed forces. We've got 2 in the Air Force and 3 who served in the Army. I did most of my time as a judge advocate, or a JAG. My brothers were in different fields. Between us, we have led troops and airmen, flown, driven, ridden in, operated, or jumped out of just a whole slew of different military equipment and apparatus. I retired from the military in 2016. Had a great time. I loved my time in the Air Force. I loved my time being a JAG. And following that, I had the great good fortune to continue my public service as the clerk of a federal court on the north side of the White House there in Washington, D.C. While I absolutely cherished my time in public service, I considered it a personal privilege and a professional honor. After about 4 decades, my lovely bride and I were sort of done with crowds and traffic and all that stuff. So we came down here in search of a little bit of a slower pace of life, the kind of place where people have time to be kind to one another and there's a sense of community. And as I said before, we absolutely found it huge here. I also had an opportunity after moving down here to do something I had always wanted to do as a younger person, but never quite seemed to have time, and that's community theater. My wife and I were coming out of this great little restaurant in Farmville that makes fabulous pizza one night, and up on the marquee of the historic Paramount Theater right on Main Street in Farmville was a call for auditions for Miracle on 34th Street. Well, Miracle has always been my favorite show, because The Lawyer Saves Christmas, right? Totally cool. So I went to auditions hoping I might score a part as Macy or Gimbal, somebody that had 5 or 6 lines, get a little bit of time on stage, work out the jitters, just sort of get my feet wet, that sort of thing. Well, much to my delight, and if I'm totally honest, a little bit of private terror, I got the part of Kris Kringle. I got the lead. Long story short, between the wonderful people I met, the friends we got to make throughout this process, the experience itself, it was an absolute ball. I had tried my hand at songwriting a couple of times as a younger person, right out of high school, first couple of years of college. I had some fun, wrote some tunes that were kind of cool, but nothing really took, right? Then it wasn't until I was retiring from the military that I sort of got interested and more serious about songwriting. And I think it's because by that point in my life, I'd sort of walked through and dealt with a lot of the pressures that grown-ups deal with, the loss of a loved one. I watched my mother-in-law have to say goodbye to my father-in-law, launching my kids out into the world, having a child get married, and then things like experiencing the indescribable joy of holding a grandbaby for the very first time. In me, for my life and my world, that's kind of what motivates me to write songs, things that touch me deeply emotionally. One of the songs I wrote on a much lighter note was about my daughter's 5th Christmas. I was tucking her into bed December 23rd, night before Christmas Eve, and she was having a hard time getting relaxed because it's Christmas and she's a kid. And she was going down the list of things she wanted Santa Claus to bring her. It was a this and a that, and a little pink kitty. And by that, she meant a little stuffed animal cat. Under normal circumstances, this wouldn't be a big deal, but for my daughter, stuffed animals were the world. She had a ton of them. They all had names and backstories and relationships. It was very adorable. But if Christmas morning rolled around and Santa didn't deliver that little pink kitty, it would have been a very sad day. So the song is about a frantic search undertaken by me and my father-in-law, God love him, God rest his soul, to try and find this perfect toy to keep the miracle and magic of Christmas alive for my little girl for just one more year. It's a pretty sweet story. It's got a happy ending. I was really proud with how it came out. So a couple of years later, during the COVID lockdown, I was thinking about that song and I thought, hey, I got some time on my hands. Might be fun to kind of turn this into a children's book. So that's what I did. Thanks to the kindness of Ray Lee, a artist who's doing great things in country music in Australia, who put me on one of her Songwriter Tryst podcasts and featured my book. I ended up getting some great book reviews. I got a couple of little awards. And it's the first thing I've ever done artistic that has come remotely close to being a commercially viable undertaking. So to Ray and all the kind folks that bought the book, thanks so much. I wrote this song about 10 years ago when my kids were just starting high school. Whenever they'd hear it, they'd kind of wrinkle their faces up a little bit, like they had just tasted some milk that was getting ready to go sour. It'll become apparent why in just a second. A couple of the references in the song might seem a little bit dated, but I think the message is an enduring one, and that is the importance of spending time with those most dear to you in life. The song is called Together Alone. I hope you like it. It's Tuesday night, the week's already been a long one. The job, the traffic, the crowds, and the PTA. I poured us a drink, better hold on, it's a strong one. I needed some liquid courage so I could say, come on baby, let's you and me go get lost in a new memory, the kind that'll make you blush when we're old and gray. Shame on us if they just slip away, like minutes we never used on an old cell phone. Come on girl, let's get together alone. Some solid years have made us take for granted there'll be time for you and me on another day. But pretty ideas like flowers can go unplanted when sweet intentions dim and then fade away. So come on baby, let's you and me get tangled up in a new memory, the kind that'll steal my breath when you smile that way. We only get so many days, we can dance on the bar and get carried away, or fret about all those seeds we've never sown. Come on girl, let's get together alone. A night on the town ain't what I'm recommending. No fancy tame old candlelit for two. But if you lock that door, I swear I'll get to tending 49 more shades of me and you. So come on baby, let's you and me let it all go in a new memory, the kind that'll make us grin looking back someday. We can come up with a million ways of feeling tomorrow's yesterdays, like we're living a moment that's only ours on loan. Come on girl, let's get together, I swear there ain't nothing better, come here, let's get together alone. Together Alone. I hope you like it. Thanks for going on a little walk with me around our little 7-acre slice of paradise here, and I look forward to seeing everybody on the boat.